what's happening with CSG mining now? Like, where are we at?
Where are we at? Here in North Queensland?
Yeah.
Well, it's a bit of a worry, isn't it? You know, we all campaigned really hard for Mount Mulligan, and then all of a sudden it was all, oh wow, it's been handed back in, we don't need to worry about Nunawading anymore.
I thought it was safe.
But it's not safe, is it?
Apparently not.
Mandel Mining handed back in that application permit, and then they got into trouble because their process of dealing with the Aboriginal people and the way they went about that was so wrong, and they got into trouble for that and had their knuckles wrapped for that, and they handed back in that permit. But, you know, it seems to me that another mining company would be able to just walk in and apply for that application permit. After all, look what our Mayor Tom Gilmore said.
What did he say?
Well, he said that he wouldn't support a gas field-free Mareeba Shire because we might need the gas from Nunawading one day.
Oh dear, he obviously doesn't realise the destructive things that it creates with the environment and communities.
Absolutely. You have to wonder why they don't, you know, make some really cool renewable projects. I mean, did you hear what happened today?
What
The
happened?
Labor Party have said that they'll support 50% renewables by 2030.
Wow, that's amazing news. What about a coal seam gas free community?
Absolutely.
Has there been any around this area?
Absolutely. So Cookshire Council, they went gas bill free. That was a unanimous decision as well. And, you know, they're the ones who've got the coal.
Wow, yeah, that's
Here
great.
we are in Mareeba Shire, and we're just concerned about one small place.
And Port Douglas, I heard too, are they coal seam gas
That's
free?
right, they are gas bill free Shire.
So that would be great if Mareeba Shire could end up
That's
in
right.
that situation
And
for
that's
sure.
why we're here, that's why we're doing this. Because we want you, we need you.
Yes, we do.
We need everybody to step it up. Nearly 800 signatures on our petition to the Mareeba Shire Council to, you know, step it up again. Nunawading is not safe. It's just sleeping. Okay, it might never happen, but until we are a gas bill free Shire, until we have a place where we can actually stop and go, no, this needs to be negotiated with the community, then what do we have? You know, we just have a place that doesn't have an application licence anymore.
I saw this great map today on the internet of all the coal seam gas mining and exploration that's happening in Australia, and it actually shocked me because there's only these very, very small areas. Here is one of them that hasn't been touched.
Yes.
So, yeah, that sort of scared me because I thought I didn't actually even know myself how extensive coal seam gas mining was in Australia.
And that map is very interesting too, because here we are, we've got Cape York, it's covered in different coloured things on that map.
Yeah.
And yet, there's no application permits for Cape York.
So how is that
And
happening?
that map's saying, oh yes, there's gas flowing in the wells here, or oh, there's gas found in the wells here.
Yeah.
Well, hey, hello, where's
Yeah.
the application permits for this gas they're finding in the wells?
Yeah. Sounds all a bit
It's dodgy
sneaky business to me.
And that map came from Geoscience Australia.
Really? Wow.
Okay. So, for those who don't know what coal seam gas mining is, it's a really invasive type of mining. Essentially, a coal seam is essentially an aquifer of poisonous water. And the very first thing they do is suck all that water out and they put it on the surface and it just sits there. There's a report just came out about all the bird life, how the scientists have realised that we don't have as much bird life as we do anymore, and I have to wonder whether it's because of them drinking all this filthy water that they leave lying around our landscape. So the first thing they do is suck all this poisonous water out, they turn their back on that. The next thing they do is they take fresh water from our aquifers and they mix it with poison and sand, and they drill down through aquifers till they get to that coal seam, and then they do what's called hydraulic fracturing, which is fracking, we call it. And so they frack it and they put under really high pressure, they crack this coal seam with this pressure of water, and as the cracks open up and the rock around it, all the sand goes up into to hold all those cracks open, and then the chemicals that they use make the gas come off the coal, or off the shale rock around it. So, but when they do that and they crack everything, then these chemicals can escape into the environment. They can escape from down there, they can escape from the top of the drill rig, or where, you know, where it's joined up to the ground. All through with the aquifers, you know, it can escape there. It can escape, you know, then they suck it all back out again and stick it over there somewhere. And it's all hidden away. It's all hidden in our state forests. And when you see the pictures from the air of just how big it all is.
So, and I've heard that in communities where coal seam gas mining is happening, for example, Tara down the New South Wales, Queensland border, that families are really, really sick in those areas because of the chemicals and the toxins coming from this coal seam gas mining.
Right, because another thing that they do is the flaring they do. They light, I think what it is it's the water that they pull back up, it's got the gas in it. They need to refine it because it's got too many impurities. So they light it and it just flares out into the environment. But I see down in Tara they've got a new camera called a FLIR camera, and it can see emissions coming out of these places, these infrastructure that they've built. And so here they've got these huge big things, and you look at them and it doesn't seem like there's anything happening, but you put a FLIR camera on it and you can see all the emissions just pouring out. So there's that, and there's lighting it up on.
So not only.
And so these people are breathing all this stuff in. Anyway, it's not all that bad. We actually have lots of fun together, and there's lots of cool stuff that's happening all over the world. All over the world, people are banning it, aren't they?
Yes, I heard today, apparently Germany has banned fracking.
Woo!
Yeah, that's
Germany.
so awesome. So, it all gets a little bit depressing sometimes, and we all think, how are we ever going to make the change? But when you hear great things about that, all these gas field free communities and now gas field free countries, which is absolutely amazing. And we're going to do heaps of fun stuff to get more and more people together to be more aware about what's going on, because it's not that there's not a lot of people that want to do anything about it. It's just that they don't know that it's happening. So that's why we're here. We just want to spread that message and get it out there.
And we need some arty people, don't we?
Some arty people.
Make some props for when we go to Mareeba Shire and take our petition to Mareeba Shire Council.
Yes.
All you little arty-farty ones, come on, we need you.
We're going to have some street.
We're going to make some stuff.
We're
going to make an oil rig, and we're going to make dry ice come out the top of it. We are awesome.
Street theatre.